Yeah, so listen to Savannah News Television every morning for your major information of what is happening in Nigeria. Today is Friday, 25th of March 2022. Tomorrow is the big day for the APC. They will be having their national convention where they will pick their the chairman of the party and other executives. But the question is, why is it that only one person will dictate what happens in a party of that magnitude? Everybody is waiting for Buhari to talk. They are waiting for Buhari's body language for them to know where to key in. That is not democracy. That is not democracy. So whosoever Buhari said yes, he should pilot the affairs of the party, so be it. And that is why they are now flying around what they call the Unity Forum. I don't know the Unity list. I don't know what is unity in a list that is being unpicked by only one individual. And the worst scenario is that some group of people are leveraging on the docileness of the president to have their own way. Some group of people, which we now could name the cabals, are the one dictating. They are the one bringing out lists purported to be from the president. They will bring out the list signed by the president, and what they want, because they want their game to be played the way it's supposed to be, and they will now prevail on the president, who knows nothing of what is going on, to approve some certain people. Well, let's go on to this paper. I'm sure we have a lot of stories about the tomorrow's convention of APC. On the front page of this day, this morning of 25th of March, in-depth political move, Buhari's men set to dominate incoming APC National Working Committee. Abdullahi Adamu as chairman, Ife Oyedele as secretary, Ken Nnamani as deputy chairman. South, Waziri Bulama as organizing secretary. That is what is flying now, according to the Unity Forum. Well, if Oyedele is coming, he has bamboozled his way to the seat of power, and let's see how it goes. If he can fly as the secretary of the party, where the likes of big wigs like Obishore is being fly by the team of Ahmed Tinubu. It's crystal clear now that Buhari is not working with Tinubu, actually. That is the truth. Or except if you guys are deceiving yourself. Buhari is not. Buhari doesn't want Tinubu to succeed him. That is the truth, but it's the bitter truth. Tinubu may have his way, may bamboozle his way, but in depth of Buhari, he doesn't want Tinubu at all. At all, he doesn't want Tinubu. But some of the Northerners rooting for Tinubu, they have their own agenda too. They thought if they support Tinubu to become president, what happened to Yar'Adua when he was the president may likely happen. That is their own permutation. But it's only God that has the fate of we as human beings in his hands, not we as mere mortal. Having said that, still on this day there we have this one again, riding on national mode. Peter Obi joined presidential race. Remember Peter Obi that was deputy to Atiku. Now he's going headlong to join the presidential race for the slot of Southeast. That is under the PDP. Still on this day newspaper, there is a caption: President hosts APC funding fathers to dinner. And as you can see here, I can see Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, the president, Akande. I can see the picture of who again? Rocha, Okorocha, and host of others at the dinner with Mr. El-Rufai, the governor of Katsina State, what's his name, the former speaker. They are all there. Malabuni, secretary to the state government, boss, chief of staff, Ibrahim Gambari, Bidos Nasari, and all, and host of others were at the villa for what we call a dinner. I don't know dinner for what, but that is what the picture in the front page of this day. Still on this day too, CBN adopts measures to mitigate looming food crisis. Go to this day there, you get the full story what CBN is trying to do to mitigate looming food crisis. There's going to be food crisis definitely, for sure, but we just hope the people managing the economy are on top of the game. Wike, not a man of integrity, unreliable. Who is saying that now? Says governors, various public statements open his characters to question. Well, I don't know who is saying this, but get to this day, you will see it there. From the look of things, it seems that PDP are not serious of taking over power. They are not, because their own problem is even worse than that of APC. They are not united, and the way they are going, I don't think they can take power from APC. No, I don't see them taking power from APC. I don't see them taking power from APC. Well, before now we have said to douse the tension in PDP. PDP will have raised committees, raised people to go and talk to the African Development Bank president, Adewumi Adeshina. That will have been their best bet to fight the APC. But any other people picked by them, Saraki will cause problem. If it is Atiku, it will cause problem. If it is Peter Obi, it will cause problem. If it is Tambuwa, it will cause problem in the party. They should have just gone and picked a neutral person and all of them to support this man. If they have done that, I can assure you that PDP will win landslide. But what is going on now, if Saraki is picked, some camps in PDP will be aggrieved. If Tambuwa is picked, some camp in PDP will be aggrieved. If the guy from the Peter Obi is picked, the same thing. Atiku is picked, the same thing. What they should have done is all of these people should have come together and have a unifying target of wrestling power from APC, they should have just gone and picked a neutral person. And the best bet for them ought to have been the present president of African Development Bank, additional, the former minister in PDP under Jonathan Goodluck. That man, I can assure you, will have gotten 80% of the support of Nigerians. But what is going on now, from the look of things, I don't see PDP ready to take power from APC. No, we should stop deceiving ourselves. I don't see PDP ready to take power from APC at all with what is going on. There is serious crisis in PDP, serious crisis. Wike has been powering the party all this while. He has been financing the party. Now they are loggerhead with him. They are not even. They are, in fact, they are just. They don't. I don't know whether Yosha Ayu will be able to manage the crisis in that party. I pray they should. If not so, I can assure you we are still going into another round of APC hardship. I say APC hardship because I don't see, for me personally, I don't see what APC have done for the past 8 years. They met dollar at 180, today dollar is 590. They met a bag of rice at 3,700. Today bag of rice is about 30,000. They met PMS, the popularly known as petrol. They met it at 65 naira per liter. Today now is above 200 naira per liter. So what is their scorecard? That is the question. What is their scorecard that will warrant Nigerians to vote for them? But the only thing they have now, because Nigerians may not have alternative, and they have the liquid cash to give to the hungry Nigerians for them to queue behind them and support them reluctantly, because as they said, an hungry man has no conscience. Yeah, we're still on the newspaper of today. Let's go to the Punch of today. Buhari battles last-minute crisis. Summons governors, chairmanship aspirants fail to agree. Buhari battles last-minute crisis. Summons governors, chairmanship aspirants fail to agree. Still in the Punch of today, Inspector General of Police distribute 253 trucks, APCs, that is armor personnel carriers, and other vehicles, uniforms to formation. They have donated uniform and all the stuff to formation and all the stuff. I just pray that all these things will be utilized well to still combat crime. 253 trucks. It's still very small because we have 774 local government. It's still far cry from 253, because we felt at least a local government should have at least sound 7 to 8 or 10 police van. It won't be an issue where they will call policeman that is something happening there, they will say there is no vehicle. That is what happened. There is no vehicle, there is no fuel. And and criminals will have their head, they have their way in unleashing mayhem on the people. Still on the Punch here, Tinubu, ex-governor Akande meets president in the villa over Omishori's choice as secretary. Ruling parties bars political appointees from Saturday's national convention. You get all those stories on the front page of the Punch. Ayim, Tambuwa, Bauchi governor picks presidential forms. Consult on consensus. IOC's fear collapse as federal government says 1.36 trillion crude stolen in 14 months. 1.36 trillion naira worth of crude stolen in 14 months. in a country where we have security, we have the navy, we have the police, we have the army. Within 14 months, in just a little above a year, 1.36 trillion of naira of crude, 1.36 trillion stolen. That is enough to even settle our power problem in Nigeria. Stolen. And I can assure you it's not stolen. It is being diverted by themselves. They are the one in government. They are the one that are appointed to be a watchdog. They are the one that are who are the thieves of all this crude oil. Suspected cultist invited gang member to rape 22-year-old lover. That is coming from the police. It's on the. You can get that on the Punch of today. Fayemi's aide resigns. Teams up with ex-governor Oni in SDP. Court remands 12 suspects over gruesome murder of Ogun monarch. Oyo National Union of Road Transport Workers threaten bloodshed, alleges attacks by park managers. Fashola restates second Niger Bridge 2022 completion date, blames IPOP. Done talking with foreign partners on Southwest Rail linkage. That is coming from the Director General. You can get all this story on the front page of the newspaper. Custom, CBN disagree over evaluation of imports and exports. You can get that on the page 18 of the Punch newspaper of today. Still on the Punch newspaper, 3 siblings disappear from proprietors detained. Lagos community accuses loafer of POS attendant abscond with money. Two herdsmen remanded for hacking Ekiti motorcyclists. The Fulanis are still all over in the southwest. Kano teenagers arrested for killing housewife over phones, attacking children. You get all these stories on today's news, today's Punch newspaper. Castina job fraudsters arrested for duping applicants of 30 million naira. Airtime thieves nabbed. Anambra traders, tricycle operators resist hoodlums over illegal revenue collection. You get all those stories of the Punch today. And there is this picture here where Obi Kubana launches Odogu Bitters in Lagos. We are still on the Punch newspaper. OAU VC, Ile-Ife indigene suspends protest, insist on probe. I don't know when we begin to become so tribalistic to this level, where a region that is clamoring for Oduduwa Republic could not accommodate each other. So I wonder when the Oduduwa Republic comes into existence, how will they cohabit? When Ife are now protesting, the indigene of Ife protesting that a VC was appointed. It's not from Ife indigene. Must it be an Ife indigene? When a man got appointment into a university from the scratch, he started working there, committed to that place. He has stayed there for more than 20 years, 25 years, working in that community, educating people in that school, and he rose to that level of being appointed as a VC. You now came that no, you should not appoint such a person. It's disgusting, it's disgraceful, and it's unacceptable in the Yoruba race. And you people are the one clamoring for Oodua Republic. Is this how you people want to do the Oodua Republic? Is this how you want to do? You want to govern? You want to administer Oodua Republic, where we cannot appoint another person from another state in Oodua Republic to head an Oodua institution? That is unacceptable, and it's disgusting. It's disgracing. It's embarrassing. Still on the Punch newspaper. Here we have it here. Vote out politicians against local government autonomy, says Nolge. You know that most of the governors they are against local government autonomy. As I said earlier, any money that allocation to local government are being spent by the governors, not by the local government chairman. They only give stipends, they give impress to the local government chairman to pay to settle salaries at local government level, and small amount of money to run the local government. But for capital projects, for other projects, it's being governed, it's being administered by the governor in that state. They will retrieve that money from the chairman of that local government. They are the ones spending the money, the governors. They will retrieve the money to the state capitals and start spending the money the way they like, which is not democratic, which is against the constitution. But the chairman, they can't fight back, because one, if they fight back, it's either the governor will instigate the assembly to impeach that such a local government chairman, or some of them don't even have the liver to look at the eyes of the governor, because the governor is the one that installed that such a person against all us as the local government chairman. So he has to play so he who plays the piper dictates the tune. So how do we now have good dividend of democracy? We can't have it. And if you agree with me, out of all the three tiers of governments, the federal government, the state government, the local government is the most important, because they are the one closer to the people. Still on the Punch. Still on the Punch of today, Jandor declares Lagos governor bid, justified defection to PDP. Remember that Jandor, the big politician in Lagos State. I have not quit politics, says Uduaga. You can get that one on the Punch of today. Southeast women storm Abia Street, backs Bello's presidency bids. Can you imagine? Southeast, Igbo, they are the one clamoring for Bello, Yaya Bello, who failed in Kogi State, who could not even manage Kogi State, who could not pay salaries. Say Southeast came from the blues, clamoring for him for presidency. May God save Nigeria. And still on the Punch newspaper, there you have this news, the editorial: National Union of Road Transport Workers averting fresh violence in Lagos. It's an editorial. You still remember the MCO Liomo and what's it called? It's fracas with the national body of NURTW, where he was suspended and he refused. He rather pulled out from the union, and he started selling his own ticket, I think. But to avert it, so go and read the editorial: avert fresh violence in Lagos. And this is not unconnected to our politicians empowering these people. Empowering these people. I don't see what they are. I don't see what is special about them than using these people to rig elections. That is the reason why they are pampering them, and they are becoming law. They have become lords over the helpless citizens, helpless masses in their domain. May God help us in that country. Still on today's Punch newspaper, we still have this story again. Cross River decries 34 million federal allocation for March. 34 million federal allocation for March only. You get that story on the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, you get that story there. Eagles, Black Star renew 71-year rivalry in Kumasi. Let us see how that match will go. Bagada school student wins agri competition. You get that in the Punch of today. Still on the Punch now, before we call it, Okowa denies endorsing any aspirant for governors for Delta governorship. We will continue to invest in national health security. I think that is coming from the Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Ifedayo Adetifa. On this note, we come to the end of today's news review. My advice to my Nigerian people is be wise. The election is coming, and these people are coming, and think very well. Have a rethink very well. Don't join the wagon for a better Nigeria. Don't join the bad wagon. Have a rethink and see and justify your action for whom you are supporting. Do you want to continue another 8 years of hardship that Buhari is giving to us now? Ask yourself these questions. Do you want the naira to get to the level of 1,000 naira to a dollar? Because if this same government still comes to power with this same policy they are adopting, I can assure you in the next 4 years, a dollar will be going for 1,000 naira for a dollar, and that will be suicidal. Do you want that? These are the questions you should ask yourself. Do you want to buy fuel, PMS, at 300 per liter? Do you want to buy bag of rice at 50,000 per bag, 50 kg? Ask yourself this question. That is the reason why I'm not in tangent with any APC aspirants. I'm not. Because you are telling me you are in the system, which you are comfortable with the system, and you are coming to contest again, and which means you still continue with that with the system. I can't be in the same boat with you. There is no difference they can make. What you ask them, what have they made? What effort have they made to change the policy of Buhari that is killing the masses? You see the rate of deaths coming up in Nigeria, heart attack here and there, death here and there, unsolid death here and there. It's not unconnected to the hardship people are facing in that country now. So put on your thinking caps and support wisely. Support wisely. Think about the future. Good morning.
Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. We create awareness about happenings in Africa. Savannah News TV. We are distinct. We are focused. We deliver top-notch news in Savannah News TV. fear or favor. Savannah News TV. In second city, train to us and our environment is our air. Savannah News TV. Tune in and watch Savannah News TV. We are live. Savannah News TV. Our CEO Prince Radekonle Oluchimi Jacob. Savannah News TV. Gemileke, I'm a living witness. Keep watching Savannah News TV. Like and subscribe to our page on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Savannah News TV.